Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sex Talk, Kings and Queens of Porn. And I'm gonna have you say your name because you know I'm gonna mess it up. I already know it.
It's Macchiato.
Yeah, Macchiato. So I did do it, Macchiato. See, I was gonna do the Macchiato, Macchiato. See, I want to roll that tongue there, like the Macchiato. Okay.
Right.
Oh wait, now the music just started going. All right, so now I got the music off. So I hope everybody's with us tonight, and we want to say thank you for all the comments on the pictures. Everybody loved your picture that I put out, the last one I put out. I don't know if you've seen the tweet that I put out. I had taken your profile picture from Twitter, and that was the last set I put out. And I had put it everywhere, like in groups, and there was all kinds of feedback. And then I had put it up for the day, the picture of the day, and then I had put it up on Snapchat. So I was blowing you up everywhere, and I was getting all these comments and stuff. And I was like, look, if I could physically put her here to answer y'all, I would, but I can't do that. So let's start this interview. How did you get into all this?
Well, it's actually very easy for me. It's always something that I wanted to do. So I started doing my research. I started Twitter. I started following people that I thought I would like to work with, and just seeing the type of things that they post on Twitter and the type of people that they follow. And then I did that for a while, like a long time before I ever even really started interacting. And then once I got a little bit more comfortable, I started posting pictures. And after I did that, I went over to Instagram and started doing the same thing. So once I started posting just random everyday pictures, people started contacting me. And, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like a lot of people that I never really intended to work with, and, fake people. It's a lot within the industry. And eventually, BBW Howie had hit me up, and, I was familiar with that website. So we had a meeting, and it's history. I went out there to Atlanta. I did a shoot, my first shoot out there. Everything went well, and I pretty much that's how it started for me. It was just that simple.
Wow, so that's kind of crazy. So basically, you self-built yourself, kind of like music, like we do. When we build our,
yeah.
You have to build your own self, and it's a lot of work. I know for us it is. It's like, and you're like, come on now, but I mean, it seems like it went pretty smooth for you.
Well, yeah, it has been pretty smooth. It is a lot of work. People ask me all the time, how do I get into porn? Well, you have to be willing to actually do the work. Like, you have to promote yourself. You have to take time to talk to the people that are hitting you up to find out who's legit and who's not. You just have to keep going. It's not always easy, at all. It's not easy. And some days it's like, I won't even get online, because you have to do that, because it can get overwhelming. But like I said, I did a good amount of research before I ever started interacting with anyone. So I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted to do. And that's what I'll tell anybody. You have to know exactly where you want to go with it, because you have hardcore, softcore, all the fetishes. You got the webcam girls. It's a lot of different ways that you can go. So you have to do the research and have a really good idea of what you want to do. And then once you do get into it, you have to, it's still trial and error, and you have to figure out what works.
Right, and I would say, how you said the internet, I would say a lot of people fail in there because they don't want to put the time in.
Yeah, a lot of people, this is my thing. I didn't want to be just one of the ones that would get booked and just do the scenes and get to pay and then just kind of disappear. I wanted it to be something long lasting. So I came into the door wanting to have my own content, and that's that's the difference between me and a lot of other girls. You know, we all have our different reasons for doing it. I want to actually get something recurring from it. So I started working in the beginning. Of course, I was just doing the scenes and getting the pay. But now I'm focusing more on creating my own content, because that's where it is. That's where, if you're really trying to like have any type of longevity with it, you have to have your own content. So that's what I'm doing now.
So it's basically like creating your own movie, or
well, yeah, definitely doing that, like home movies or anything where, when I say content, I mean that, you know, when I do a scene, I own the rights to that scene.
Oh, all right. I think I had because like some of them everybody goes, like, I think somebody was explaining that to me. I've learned like so many different, like you said, the research must be so much, because I've learned so many different things that I was like, really? Like, I mean, you think, like, and I mean, I'm a very sexual person, and I'm sitting here like, damn. And she was like, Kels, I'm telling you, the fetishes that are out there, like, it never hit me, you know what I mean? And
oh, man, yeah.
Yeah, I've never realized how many fetishes.
That can go on for days, like, really. There's a lot of fetishes out there that I still come across, and I'm just like, whoa.
What was one of the weirdest ones you've gotten requested?
Oh, man. You know, one of the biggest things that I really get is people wanting, like, golden showers, and I don't know what the right term is, but, like, these guys really want me to pee and shit on them, and I'm like, oh, my God, no.
Like, what the hell? Why would you want somebody to pee on you? Like, for serious? I mean, hey, if you're going to pay me to pee on you, but, I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, like, it's a whole, like, this is my thing. Once I signed up for FetLife, I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but that's a website pretty much for people that are in that lifestyle, as far as the fetishes and all the BDSM and all that stuff. It was a little bit too much for me. When I first signed up for it and I started getting all these weird requests about peeing or just weird things, I backed off from that. I said, no, that's not my lane. I'm just gonna, right now,
these people are crazy.
Right, I'm just gonna go for what I know. You know, doing porn, I can do that. I've been doing it for a long time, just off cam.
Right. But I'm not doing this. Wow. So it gets that. I know one of the other ones, she told me, I mean, like, one was like they wanted her to eat a whole turkey. Like, what the heck would you get sexual pleasure out of watching somebody eat a turkey?
Right, yeah, that's a big one. As far as, you know, the BBW women and the SSBBWs, feeding and eating and gaining, that's like a big turn on to a lot of people.
But you know what? Macchiato, this girl was skinny.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, that's confused me. You know what I mean? I'm like,
yeah.
What the hell?
Well, that got me. Cause
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm looking at this because I was interviewing her. I'm looking at her pictures. I'm like, what the hell would they? Like, it just didn't make sense to me. Like, I was like, okay, like, yeah. And then the balloon thing, I was lost with that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, you ain't let no No, you can't be popping no balloons on my pussy. No, hell no. No.
I don't get that one either, but it's a big one, balloon popping. I haven't gotten into any of that yet, but apparently they're doing well with that.
Yeah, I heard, and I loved balloons, and now, like, I'm not a flower kind of girl, you know, I'm not into flowers, and I always tell everybody to get me balloons. I love balloons. I just have a thing for balloons. But you know, now every time I think of a balloon, I think of the balloon popping. Every time. And I told that porn star, she ruined it for me.
Oh, no.
And I said, how can you? I said, I could never. And she had to do a whole room full of them. And I was just like, no. She goes, Kelly, don't ever let one pop on your pussy. And I was like, no, I can imagine the pain.
Yeah, I'm not interested. I don't like balloons popping. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't, no, I don't want that. No,
No, thank you.
No, yeah, I'm good. Like, I don't want to ever meet somebody that, no, absolutely not. Yeah, and it's funny because you say that everybody wants in porn, but, you know, and I get it from men all the time. Oh, Kelly, you interviewing porn people. Get me in the door. And I'm like, and now that I've talked to some of the men, you know, they're like, Kels, it's not like that. Most men, they freeze up.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that is the truth.
Yeah, he's like, you know, men think they got it like that, and he's like, it's not easy like that. I think, and it's easier for women to get into the industry than men. But, you know what I mean? He said, these men, it's their egos, like, yeah, I got this, you know, He's like, right. Trust me, a lot of them don't. I started laughing.
Because they don't know how they're going to react. You know, if you're shooting any, like, quality porn, you don't know how you're going to react to having a camera guy, like, right there all up in your stuff, or the lights. You know, it's just a lot of people I've seen guys that were thrown off by the lights. It's something that it seems so simple, but, you know, it's something that you have to get used to. Those lights are hot, so that it affects everything. Sometimes depending on where you're shooting, there's multiple people in the room. So, you know, you have to be comfortable with a lot, and it's easy to say, oh, let me get in, but then, you know, I've done a couple of tryouts before with one of the people that I've worked with, and I've seen it go well, and I've seen it go, like, awful. Like, they don't focus. They can't, I guess, whatever mode they need to get into to perform, they can't do that. So, wow. You know, there's a lot of directing that goes on. You have to be able to really get into whatever character, even if it's just yourself. You have to be able to perform, and that's what a lot of guys don't understand. It's not just like regular sex. There's a lot of stopping and starting. You know, there's just things that people don't consider when it comes down to actually making these films.
Yeah, they think it's just like, you know, they're going in and having sex like they do normally. Because I never realized that until somebody, because the whole spunk lube thing, and we were discussing something, and she goes, yeah, then we had to stop, take a picture, and then they were like, okay, then you can, that's what we use the lube for, because if the girl can't do it again, you know what I'm saying? Like, they make it look like it with the lube, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, Kelly, it's not like regular sex, you know what I mean? She's like, we have to stop. And I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I never realized. She goes, you watch? I said, yeah, I watch porn all the time, but it never hit me like you're making it like a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it never, because I'm thinking, like, that must suck. Like, you know, like, I'm not thinking, like, I said, damn. Now I can see why a man would have, you know what I mean? Because you got to stop. You know what I'm saying? like,
you know, you got to get them back up.
Yeah, like, that's not easy to, like, just, you know, and then a girl, too, like, okay, you're going to get that down, you know, and then, okay, get back up, you know, like, yeah, it's not the same. I said, so, wow. I said, it never hit me. There was a lot of things, and I don't know if you know Jasmine, King Noor, and Jet Setting Jasmine.
I know who she is.
Yeah, I had her last week or the week before, and just that's like the racism, because like I fight that like just on the regular. I didn't realize that in porn either. You know what I mean? It didn't hit me, and then we started discussing it, and then it hit me, and I was like, oh shit. I said, you know what? That didn't hit me either. I said, this is crazy. I said, all this time, you know what I mean? It never just like, I've seen it, you know, I watched it, I've seen it, but it never clicked at me like that way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I said, that's just insane. I said, and I just got done watching this autobiography about this model that, you know, she was going through it in the industry as a model. And she fought it. I mean, she went through a lot of pain because she lost one of her friends. He got murdered. But,
oh, gosh.
Yeah, because she fought for her rights. You know how they paid her less. And she was a beautiful black model. I mean, she was real tall. I mean, she was beautiful. And I think this was like I don't know if it was like in the early 90s maybe. I don't even know what channel I was watching because I don't really do TV, but I know I caught it and it just got interesting, so I sat down and I was watching it. And she fought, and she ended up being like the #1 model because, of course, after she fought it, it brought all the attention, so she ended up with all the magazines wanting her. But she didn't give up like all the rest. She was gonna, and I was like so glad. I'm like, good, but I felt bad that she had lost her best friend, and I guess they thought she would give up once he, but she didn't give up. She kept pushing, and it ended okay. But I mean, that's just sad and I guess that some of them are getting together in the porn industry to come to. I think that's how I noticed it. It was probably like about not even a month ago. Somebody got called something on a set. It was a guy. I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter. It was a big discussion. Yeah, that's how I got into it because I went and talked. I got in on the discussion with that. I couldn't believe that, and I was like, are you serious? And then that's how I got in it. I'm still trying to catch up with him to give him an interview. And I was like, that's how I got brought into all of it with that whole topic because I couldn't believe that the producer had did that.
Yeah, it was a surprise to me as well, because I'm still fairly new. So when I heard that, I was completely floored. And then once I actually started hearing a little bit more about what happened and how often it happens, and I've even seen some footage now since that happened, and it's like, it's surprising. And actually, that is a fetish. That's what some people were debating about. They were saying, "Oh, you shouldn't have quit porn," and it's like a role play thing. It's a fetish and I was just like, no, that can't be.
Yeah, and if it was, you know what I'm saying? Like, let it do for. Okay, so I'm sure there might be black people that want to call white people something too. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And do some role play in there, but at least warn the people beforehand.
Yeah.
And ask them and pay them more or something. You know what I mean? Like, ask them, do you mind? And this will be like one of them fetish things and you'll get more money because that's something different. You know what I mean? And you're going through whatever for that. And just same thing with a white person, Because we brought that up too, and she was saying how, they make black. And I said, I totally understand you. I said, just like, me being, I said, I'm Portuguese, so I said, honestly, I don't even consider myself, because like, people tell me I'm not a normal white girl anyway. And I said, I don't act like them white girls that try to be whatever. I said, I grew up, my best friend was black from the time I was 3 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I said, and I'm Portuguese, my grandmother, I said, I don't see color. My kids never saw color. Moving down here was a big transition for me. A real big one. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah. Real big one.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, real big one. I pray, like, I don't even want to stay down here. The music's what's kept me here. And I think God had another mission for me to do down here or something, because I don't know why I'm here. And it's just, oh Lord. The pain here, I feel it, like the vibes, it drives certain areas I go in, I'll just get so, like, I want to cry, because it's just, I can't do it. But I try so hard to help wherever I can, to fight for whatever I can, and I always, especially if I get into the newsrooms, oh Lord, my mouth just be going, and I'm just like, nope, Kelly, just calm down. But it's bad, and I couldn't believe it was in porn. I really couldn't. And like I told Jasmine, it was hard for me just being in the hip hop industry. You know what I mean? Because being white, people didn't even know Portuguese down here. You know what I mean? They're like, what? And then, it was like, when I first started doing it, I did it, corporately, then stepped down into the indie. And it was like me going into the clubs 9 years ago, they were looking at me like, what? Now back home, that was normal. You know what I'm saying? Here, it wasn't. It was like, what are you doing? Especially the hood clubs. It was like, what are you doing? But I'm okay with it. I'm good with it. And it's like, it's hard. I hate all of it. I wish I could just like wiggle my nose and make everybody happy, and everybody love each other. And I hate it. I wish everybody could do their whole thing. But getting back to the porn, because of course I'm overtired, so I'm slipping this way. But we get back to that way. And Where do you see yourself? Like, where do you want to be like a I've noticed like a lot of you girls, and I think it's wild. It's like you actually, like you said, you get on the Twitter, you talk to everybody. I think that's the ones who's actually making yourself kind of like into a celebrity.
Mhm. Well, I don't know. That's people, like people that I know that have been following me from the beginning. They seem to feel like that, but I don't see myself as that at all. Like, I'm still the same. I'm just a regular person, and I have all these followers, and it just kind of happened overnight. And I still myself am trying to adjust to, I guess, I'm not a celebrity by any means, so it's sometimes it can get overwhelming. Like, people are starting to recognize me when I go out, and not that I mind, but it can get uncomfortable sometimes, because I might have my kids with me, and it's like, okay, look, that's online, like that's my online thing. That's not really who I am. So I don't know. It's really weird. I'm still adjusting to it all myself.
See, I had that with another girl too. She actually makes 2 accounts because her family, she don't want them, you know what I mean, going on that page. So she keeps her other one private, and then she keeps, the other one for that. And she won't do a Facebook, and I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. She's like, because my family, they're gonna see it, and then they're gonna have something to say, and I'm like, but this is,
right.
This is your way of supporting yourself, you know what I mean? And you're making money, and I mean, I could see if you would, like you said, was doing the scene thing and then just leaving and getting your money. But I mean, the way I look at it, with the ones that I've interviewed and the ones that I've seen on Twitter, like you, and the people that interact, I'm not saying like a celebrity, like, like, I don't know, like the TV celebrities and all that, but you are like a social media celebrity, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You do have that following.
Yeah, I do. And I do as best I can as far as interacting, but there's a lot of crap that you have to deal with, people being disrespectful, and it's a lot that comes with that. So I do try to take time, and as far as the people that really support me, and I do have a couple of friends that have been down with me from the beginning, and they support everything I do. And then it's just the other ones that are just there. I really don't know why they're there. But I do take the time, and a lot of people have said that to me. They're like, oh, well, you're nicer than such and such and such and such. You actually talk back. And then I tell them, well, look, it's hard. It's hard. Like, on Instagram alone, I have almost 90,000 followers. So you can imagine what my DM is like. So, no, I can't always talk back. And I have people that'll block me and curse me out, or, call me names and stuff if I don't respond to them. But I kind of have to cater to the ones that are here for me, like the ones that are actually supporting me. Because that's what it's about. A lot of people get upset because they want to build friendships and relationships and stuff, and I'm like, this is my business. Like, this is about the bread. At the end of the day, that's what it's about.
Yeah, it's about the money, and that's I guess, like, as more as you grow, that's what's gonna happen too. Because I'm starting to see that now. Like, I don't even have near that in followers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But what I do have, I get them crazy people, and
yeah.
I get, there was one I had to totally block off of everything because he was just crazy. And then I can imagine what you guys go through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I couldn't even deal with that because I would people. Yeah, that must be a lot of. Yeah, that is a lot to deal with. I would have to definitely research and prepare myself because I get aggravated with the ones I get. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and man, yeah.
They get cocky, like you said, if you don't answer them, and I'm the same way as you. It's about the bread, you know what I mean? If you ain't in my inbox trying to pay me, then I ain't coming, you know what I mean? I ain't got time for you. I've got too much to do.
You don't have, right. I can't sit in my DM all day talking to you. Like, that's not what it's about. Now, I will, don't get me wrong, I'm very nice. I talk to a lot of people, but it's, you kind of you have to find a balance.
You have to cut them, you know what I mean? You have to, keep it short, and that's what I do. I try to say hi, and then they'll say something, then I'll say, can I help you, or try to cut it, you know what I'm saying? And then if they stop going, and I'm like, and I, just by me interviewing y'all on Twitter, I've had some fake people too, like men that have said they, were in the business, and I've had to go to some of you guys or some of the males and be like, hey, have you heard of this person? And noticed, after I asked and went back to their page, that they didn't have a big following, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And noticed that none of you guys were on their page, you know what I mean? And I'm like, why would they do this? Like, why?
I don't know. And, I don't understand that. And I've been dealing with that. It's slowed down a lot now, but within the first few months, it's like, okay, why would you create this fake profile? Because the industry is actually very small, especially where I am. I'm in BDW amateur porn. So if some guy's or some girl or whoever is gonna create a fake profile and pretend to be, I can't even think of anyone right now, but it's easy to find out. Like, it's easy to point these guys out.
Right.
So, and then I'll put them on blast. I'll tag the real person and, just put them on blast. Or it's easy for us to find that stuff out. So I just don't understand what the point is behind that.
I don't either, because one requested an interview, because just like you, if you know anybody that's in the industry that would like an interview, let me know, and I tell every guest I have that, because it used to be a sex talk show, and what happened was I held that show down for 2 years, and it turned into like a relationship, Dear Abby.
Okay.
And I couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't take everybody calling in and everybody, I just couldn't take the I'm not, no professional on how to keep your relationship together.
Okay.
Go to a counselor for that.
Like it get really, really deep.
Yeah, and it was always the same things, like what does the men like, and what are the women like, and how come they cheat, and how I couldn't deal with it no more. So I didn't want to give up the show. So we came up with the idea of porn, and actually it was a guy that I was talking to, and he said that I reminded him of this porn star, and I was like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, she actually has a Twitter profile. I was like, great. So he said, yeah, right. So he said, you should go talk to her. So I did, and she was really cool, and that was my first interview. And then she turned me on to like a whole bunch of other people, some guys and girls, and so I gave it till December to see how the numbers were going to be, And yeah, and what's great is when I do your feature, okay, they come back to listen, the ones that have missed it. And when you tweet it and stuff, like, they'll go listen to it because I see the numbers,
Cool.
So I was just like, so we gave it till the end of December, and then that's when I had the flyer made to say Kings and Queens, a porn series, because I started thinking about it, and, people were giving me nasty emails. Oh, I can't believe you're going to do a porn thing, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, really? Like, I'm so tired of society knocking down porn, but I guarantee you watch it.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? But you're going to sit there and be negative about it when I know you watch it. Or so it gets on my nerves. So that's why I had put the Kings and Queens, because everybody I've met has been so awesome. And you know what I mean? Like, I want to go to New Jersey in November, I think it is, for Exotica.
Yeah, I'm definitely in there.
Yeah, I want to go. I haven't debated if I'm going to drive or fly, which I know.
Well, I just went to my first one that they had in Chicago last month, so I had a ball. I will definitely be at the one in November, because I heard that that's the one that everyone...
Yeah, everybody I've talked to is going. And they all want me to go because I'm going to do live streaming interviews that it'll go right to the computer. It'll be like a TV. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it'll be radio and it'll be live on TV.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to do the interviews, you know what I mean? And I'm going to meet the girl from Canada there, and we're supposed to do a photo shoot together.
Okay.
So I'm kind of nervous, but in a way, you know what I mean? I'm kind of excited because I haven't done a photo shoot in a while. I'm not going to do like, I probably lingerie or something. I don't know. But
Okay.
everybody, what we decided what was funny, like I don't even care. Like a whole bunch of people can do it. We can all get together, whatever. But what started it was I was doing her interview and put her pictures up like you. Everybody thought she was me.
Oh.
That's how it started. That's why we decided to do it, because even my friends, they were like, Kelly, that picture looks so awesome. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, that's not me.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, and I don't even have my red hair right now. My hair's back to natural. You know what I mean? And they seen me like a couple weeks before, so you should know that my hair was, my hair was back to my natural color. So they're like, and once my friends were saying it, I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like, I don't even see how me and her look alike. You know what I mean? Like, this is whacked. And then, like, all the guys I know, like, one of them started cussing me out. Like, I can't believe you're putting pictures up of you. And I'm like, yo, wait a minute. That's not even me. You know what I mean? Like, what do you, that's not me. Go look at it. Like, that's not me. That's the girl I'm interviewing. Like, like, what the hell?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was crazy. So I wrote her on Twitter. I said, Alexa, I said, you ain't gonna believe this shit. I said, everybody thinks you're me. Like, and she started laughing. She goes, well, I find out on. I said, no, I find out they think that you're me. I said, so that's crazy. I said, because that's just wild. But I think it'll be fun, and I need a vacation. I do. I need to just get away. So I think it'll be a good weekend, something fun. I still haven't decided if I want to drive up or fly. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I might want to go up like a day or two ahead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to do something. But so now what's your favorite part about it? There's got to be something. I mean, of course, it's probably the sex,
Well, that's a tough question. My favorite part about it has been the people that I've been able to meet. I started off, I made a list of people that I wanted to work with. And so far, everyone that I've worked with has been someone on that list, except for maybe the last thing that I did. I wasn't aware of who that was. But my favorite part has been just being able to travel and go to these different states and meet these different people. The sex is good. Like, it's good, but that's not my favorite part.
It's meeting the people and traveling.
Yeah, like it's meeting the people, making these connections, and trying to actually build a brand, something that I can, once I'm done filming on cam, I want to be able to know enough people and have like made a good impression to where I could possibly get into something else that's still adult related, but not actually performing. So I'm having a good time, like, because I don't go anywhere. I'm a homebody. I'm a single mother, and this is like the most exciting thing that I've done in a very long time. So I'm having fun. The whole experience is really the best part as far as getting out and just going different places.
Right.
I don't know. Now the sex is good too, so don't let me sit here and downplay that.
I was just gonna say, being a single mom, and I should have thought of something like that when I got my divorce, and because I was young, I had my babies young. You know what I mean? I got married like as soon as I turned 18. So I should have just. Yeah, and I had the babies boom, boom, boom right after that.
Okay. Yeah.
So I should have just did all that, because I did think about doing the phone sex thing back then, because it was like I was in college, I was working, you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, how am I going to do this and do that? And I had got hired for it. Actually, I was reading the thing for it, and this was years ago. But then I had chickened out of it, because I was like, what if the kids come? You know what I mean? It was like they were all real little at the time. But and then my sister had done it years later, and she had set me up an account, and this was after, and I had reconciled with the idiot. No, I'm only kidding. But he wouldn't let me do it. And she was banking like $3,000-$4,000 a month doing that. And I was like, dang, yeah. But I guess this is like when it first started getting really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It the internet wasn't as it is now. This is back some. So I'd say probably about maybe like 10 years ago, 9 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I wish I had actually got into it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She got it like right at the beginning, so it was like when it started getting, so she was making bank, and she ran like, she disguised herself as like 3 different girls, like a BDSM one. And, and I did a couple calls with her when I went up there, because I didn't believe her that she was making that much. And she was getting gifts and everything. When Xbox first came out, she was, some guy bought her an Xbox, and she got dinnerware, she got pans. And I'm like, yeah, right. You know what I mean? So I went up to Pennsylvania, and sure as shit, it was all in her kitchen. She really did get all this shit. And I'm like, oh my God. And
so now that's awesome. I have recently started getting gifts too, so that's
crazy. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. I shouldn't even have listened to my husband back then. I should have just did it, because I did it with her when I slept up there. She made him go sleep in my nephew's room, and I stayed in her room with her, because her husband worked 3rd shift at some donut factory thing, and so I went with her, and she was like, now you can't laugh or nothing, you know what I mean, because that'll scare them. And she's like, and like you said, some of them were pretty. I was like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, I said, and that's it? And she's like, yeah, that's it. I was like, dang, you know what I mean? She goes, but you want to keep them on as long as you can, you know what I mean? So, and I would like watch the computer screen, because it would be like the timer, and it would tell you how much money it was doing, I'm like, oh my God. So then I did one with her, because what the guy wanted, I was like, okay, I can do that. So we were like, but I mean, she really got into it, and I couldn't believe how much she was making. Like, I was like, gosh.
Oh man.
And I should, like, back then that would have been like some serious cash.
Yeah, definitely. It would be.
Right.
I missed out.
Yep. I was like, gosh. Man. And you think about it, like you said, being a single mom, but that's what I would think, the traveling too. Have you met Ludus yet?
Yes, I've worked with him a few times. Yeah, I've met him. He's an awesome guy. Like, he really is.
He is. I think he's like, I mean, I've interviewed him. I've interviewed, God, I can't believe I just lost his name. He's been around, Richard Mann.
Oh, yeah. I haven't had the pleasure of working with him yet. But I definitely talked to him. I watch him on Periscope a lot.
Oh, that's right. He did do a Periscope. He did stop doing Periscope. He writes, too. He's an author. He told me when I interviewed him that he writes.
Okay. I didn't know that about Richard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he was telling me. He writes books. I think he was working on one or something like that. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I interviewed him. He was interesting. But Ludus, like, he's cool. I like him. He's got like an awesome personality. He helps me too. he'll send me names that I can go get. I think he referred me to you. Actually, it was either him or it was the girl. What's her name? No, actually it was Ludus.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Ludus gave me like 9 girls' names. Yeah, he gave me like a lot of girls' names. He was like, go ask this one, ask that. So I hit y'all up.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he's hit me. Who else did he link me? I did a couple of, I don't know, would be considered fetish, like kind of like girl wrestling and face sitting type videos. He hooked me up with the guy that booked me to do those, and I'm just like, oh, thank you, because it's easy, like it's no sex involved. It's just a lot of wrestling, really, and just squashing, and one of those weird things that people like. And it's easy money, and I hit him up. I was like, yo, thank you. I appreciate it. Anybody else that's trying to pay, for 20 minutes of work, hey, I'm there.
Right? That's what another girl, she said that she made a well, I don't know, I guess you call it scenes or video or whatever, and it was like that. It wasn't, I don't think it was wrestling, but it was ass sitting. She was sitting on everybody's faces, all these girls.
Right.
And I was just like, she goes, Kills, it's a fetish. I said, really? And she's like, yeah. She's like, these girls like, I was like, wow. I said, I don't know if I would be into all that. I said, nah. She started cracking up laughing. She's like, that's because it's not your fetish. You know what I mean? She's like, but there's people out there that's their fetish. And I was like, oh. I said, I got you. I was like, I got you. She's like, yeah. She's like, you got to explore to find your fetishes. You know what I mean? She said.
Yeah, you do. I'm cool with that. Stuff like that, yeah, I can rock with that. Like, okay, if you want to book me to do that, look, I'm cool with that, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the easy ones.
So what would be like a hard one?
Well, I don't know. I'm not into all of the, as far as the being tied up and just like really kinky stuff as far as like being spanked and with weird objects, and that would be hard for me because I feel like I would have to
knock somebody out.
Else. Yeah, well, yeah, I would have to be completely out of character. Now, Macchiato is a character, but face sitting, that's simple. Like, I can do that with no problem, but, you know, as far as the weird stuff, like all the peeing on and, you know, just, I can't, I don't even know if I can say some of the things that I've heard before, so I'm just like...
No, go ahead, say it, because nobody else has, and I want to hear some of these fetishes, because the only one I've heard is the balloons, the one about the turkey, and I get confused because, like, I don't get, like, I always thought fetishes were, like, spanking, you know what I mean, BDSM,
right.
Like, my thing, like, I like, I saw one thing, it was like candle wax.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not too bad. I don't consider that, like, out there.
But I don't want to get burned. I want, like, the sex candles. I don't want you burning my ass, because, the hell no. I ain't into that pain kind of shit.
Right. I've had guys that want me to, like, peg them.
Want you to what?
Peg. Like pegging. They want me to use a strap-on and,
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, like, it's guys that have, they volunteer for that, or they're in my emails
and see, people say that's normal, that men are supposed to be okay with that. Is it?
I wouldn't say, to me, that's not, but, I mean, that's just not my preference.
Like, they say that it's okay if a man asks you to, and I don't know, like, any man that I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I don't think if my man asked me to stick him in the ass with something, I feel comfortable with that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that would kind of kill the mood.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry. I mean, if that's what floats your boat, that's okay, but that's not a man that I think I could be with. Like, I really don't.
Yeah, I would question...
Yeah, like, I'd be afraid he'd want something else.
Mm-hmm.
Or he could possibly explore that something else. Like, I couldn't be with a bi man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. And I have nothing against bi men, as a friend or whatever, but I could not be with one.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that's my thing. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how I would feel about that. I can't even answer.
Yeah, I can't either. I mean, maybe if I couldn't, because I could not do what you just, I couldn't do that. Mm-mm.
Yeah, and it's kind of awkward. But, I don't have any issues with anyone what they choose to do, but yeah, I probably couldn't do that either.
No, I couldn't do it. So that's a fetish, okay. What, like, I'm trying to think. I mean, like, the easy ones, like, that's not, like, whipped cream, all that crazy stuff. That's just...
Yeah, smoking.
Yeah, somebody told me putting lipstick on.
Chewing.
Yeah, like, what the hell do you get out of gum chewing? What the hell?
I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't either.
That's a big one.
Why?
They like that. I guess I need to really find out. I'm interested to know myself, but I don't know why. I really don't. The foot fetishes, like people ask me to send pictures of the like the sole of my feet because they want to see the wrinkles on the sole of my feet, and like they're really adamant about it. And I'm like, what could you possibly get out of having a picture of the sole of my foot?
Yeah, there's something wrong with you.
I don't get it. Or, they want me to like just wiggle my toes, just sit with the camera there and wiggle my toes with different nail polishes on.
I can see that though. I can see there's a lot of men that have feet fetishes, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, well, I guess that's a normal one.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay with that, but
I've gotten requests to like jump up and down. They just want to see me jumping up and down.
Probably want to see your tits go up and down.
Yeah, but that's okay.
That's probably what it is. You know what I mean? Because they see the boobs go up and down. That does something for them. But damn, like I know my boobs. Like, come on now. That's yeah. If I had little ones, it's okay. But come on now.
Right. And then there's a belly. Like a lot of guys will criticize. Like if I post pictures, they're like, "Oh, you're too fat" or whatever. Your belly. But then there's a whole other world out there that only want belly. Like, oh, you cover your belly up too much. You need to take more pictures. Show your belly. And I'm like, what the hell? The belly is a big one. Like, guys really like that. Just
really?
Your belly. Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised about that one. Because a lot of women are self-conscious about, especially if they had kids or whatever. And the belly, that's an area that's not always comfortable.
Yeah, because that's what I'm working on now. I mean, I've lost like 30 pounds, but I still got, I was on steroids for like the last 7 years. So I had gained some weight, and but I just got a call from the doctor today, and now I know why. So that it should be going away. But
okay.
I lost 33 so far. I turned vegan, so.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know if I could do the whole vegan thing. Like, I'm starting to learn this different kind of vegans. Like, I did the food part, but I don't know if I could do like the every single thing, you know what I mean? Because there's just so much to learn and so much to, like the clothes and the makeup products and everything, you know what I'm saying? So
it's just like a whole lifestyle.
Yeah, so I'm doing the food thing. That's what I'm trying first, you know what I mean? And and I will admit I feel so much better. I feel like I feel enlightened. Like I can't even explain it. I think clearer.
I know how you feel. I recently lost about 25 pounds myself from when I first started my journey, my weight loss journey. So I understand. Like I just cut out all processed foods. I stopped drinking sodas. I was drinking almost a gallon of water every day.
Yeah.
Just eating really clean, and that's how I did it. Like I wasn't even exercising at that point when I lost all that weight. But I felt better just from eating the right things and all that processed food.
That's what it is too. And when you cut out like the vegan thing, when you cut out like basically that's what except you add the dairy and the meat and the breads to it. But you can still have bread. It's just got to be homemade bread, not processed bread, or bakery bread or something that's not the cost. Yeah, and it'd be harder when you got kids and stuff. See, mine are grown now, so I can do this. I can do this now. So it lasts me. I can see when you got kids, it's hard, but and I do it good, and my kids are grossing out on me. They're like, they come over and they're like, "Ma, you ain't got shit in here to eat." It's like, I'm sorry. He's like, the best thing you got is these cherries, like they get all upset, But hey, I like it though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, and the weight seems to come off faster. I'm burning inches like crazy. So I don't want to be skinny. Don't get me wrong. I just want to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think my stomach will ever be flat.
I have to explain that to people too. Like, no, I'm not trying to. I have no interest in being skinny. I used to be smaller years ago. So I like the way I am now. However, I do want to be healthy. So.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm just doing it because I want to be healthy And I used to be smaller, you know what I mean? When I first moved here, I was 150, and yeah, then I gained weight like crazy. But it was stress, a lot of things I was going through, and you know, yeah, exactly, life.
Yeah.
I don't care to get back to the 150, but I just wanna be that healthy, you know what I'm saying? That healthy weight again. And I have a knee problem now, so even more I gotta lose. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I have back issues.
Yeah. See,
Like,
that's what it is. It's the health, cause I'm.
It's real.
I mean, we're sexy the way we are. You know what I mean? So it ain't even about that. That's why I tell. So my kids are like, "Ma, you're pushing," and I'm like, "No." I said it's not about that. It's about my health. I'm getting older. If I get older with this weight, that's not gonna be good.
Exactly.
I've watched my family. When I moved down here, I made my mom lose weight. My mom's lost like so much weight since I moved down here, and I think I got here too late because like she's older and I can see all the pain she's in. She's lost it now, but you know what I'm saying? She carried it for all them years, so
yeah,
I can see the pain she's in now, like just with her walking and stuff. So it's like great, but I don't know. I can't believe these fetishes though. I mean. And I know what you're saying because, like, there's some guys, they like they like that. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like, my ex used to be, why are you always covering your... I'm like, I don't know. He's like, just stop, will you? And I'm like, whatever.
One of the last strangest things that I've got was this guy on Instagram. He wanted me to, like, open my mouth wide as if I'm saying ah and take a picture. And I was like... Okay, and then he said, well, if you want to know what it's for, I have a dream, or I've always wanted to be shrunken down to a miniature size and swallowed. And I was just like,
what the hell?
Yeah, like, bro, what are you talking? That's not even something that's realistic. That can't happen.
I've heard of that fetish, though.
Right.
And I did, and another girl told me it. She said, and she's gonna be trying to make some kind of she's into anime like really bad, so she wants to try to do a video of like her being a giant, and the men being like these little creatures or whatever, like these little men, because the men they got fetishes for that, like.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Like, what the hell would they see that though?
Yeah, I was confused. I'm sitting there looking at my phone like, what? I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all, and I didn't do it either because that was weird to me.
I would have been laughing, like I couldn't,
Yeah.
That's what's hard. I can see though where you're saying like you got to do your research, and you know what I'm saying. Like I had one of the girls, she wants me to manage her because she wants to do hip-hop. I get a lot of artists, they ask for porn women to be in the videos, you know what I'm saying? And I've never brought it up to anybody because I didn't know how they're going to do that, you know what I mean? Like, how are you going to show your video on YouTube? How are you going to show your video, you know what I'm saying? Like, with porn in it. But I guess, I don't know how they're going to do it. I really don't. But
I don't know.
A lot of them want it, so I don't know.
Right.
Unless they're gonna do like their own porn video. I don't know, and market it that way. I don't know.
No idea.
I have no idea. But so she had come at me. Do you think that you could manage me in that way? As far as the hip hop, and I said I guess. I said, but that's the whole thing I have to think about because I have no idea. Like what to,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, something I'll think about. But that whole fetish thing, like, I can't believe how extensive it goes to. So you do cam.
I'm so tired. I can't even really.
I know, that's like me. I'm just sitting here.
Right
We're going to hear it in the interview later. Be like, yeah, we were going way off of it because we were both so tired. But I know, and I kept you on here for like, what time? I kept you almost an hour. See that? We went way over. But that's okay. That's okay. It's promotion. It's promotion. So we'll cut it. But,
Okay.
All right, everybody. Tell everybody where they can follow you at. There we go.
Okay, well, yeah, you can definitely follow me on Twitter at Macchiato BBW, and then also you can follow me on Instagram at Macchiato BBW. Pretty much it's at Macchiato BBW across all social media. I don't use Snapchat. Everyone always asks me, and I just don't. I don't have time. I really don't. You can also, like my videos, if you're trying to buy the videos, you can buy those at macchiatobbw.minivids.com. And that's about it. Yeah. I keep it simple. Twitter and Instagram. I'm also on Tumblr. I choose not to use Facebook, but because my Twitter and Instagram are so large, so
right.
I don't need it.
Yeah, a lot of people stay away from Facebook. So it's not. It don't have the 3 X's after. It's just Macchiato BBW.
Yeah, if you're following me on Twitter, it's at Macchiato BBW.
Okay, and that's where you can find her all. And then this is recorded, so you will have it up. I got to get them all. I'm staying in this weekend, so I'm going to catch up with all my interviews and put them up.
Okay.
So they should be all up by Sunday, because I have like 4 of them I got to do. So they'll all be up, and you can all share them, and I'll share them, and you can all